if you just win and the other person doesn't win, business is going to end real fast.
I'm here to develop a relationship with you. I treat every relationship as seriously as I do a marriage. If the relationship happens appropriately, money will always follow.
Welcome back to the Exit Rich podcast. I'm with Peter Roth, flew in from Denver, Colorado, owner of, I want to pronounce it right, Scalify.
Scalify, buddy.
Scalify. That's what happens when you're from Northeast Philly. But
Yeah.
Scalify call centers. And what Peter does is, well, first of all, he exited an HVAC company for 8 figures. So that's impressive, which we're going to talk about that, where he got sued into the business, not out of the business. Most people actually get sued going on their ass out, not in, but we'll have that conversation. But he actually helps home service-based companies, mostly solar, HVAC, and roofing, if I'm correct,
Yep.
build out their call centers to generate leads.
Yeah. Outbound telemarketing, bring in-home appointments.
So first of all, welcome to Exit Rich. I appreciate you coming in. I really do. Sorry I didn't spend more time with you. Just got a lot going on this week personally. So welcome. Tell everybody who you are real fast.
Yeah, my name is Peter Roth, and it is Scalify. So thank you. Yeah, no, I'm thrilled to be here. This is exciting to be with you. I've watched your story now for many years. I met you at SolarCon 3 years ago. You probably don't remember that, but I met you at SolarCon 3 years ago. I was really inspired by your story. You have a hell of an amazing story, and if people don't tell you that enough, let me just tell you right now, you have a really inspirational story, and it got me. I mean, it got me right in the feels, and I mean it. And it inspired me to think bigger, and inspired me to really, it got me out of my comfort zone. It made me realize that I was definitely thinking too small. And I say this literally, I mean it, not to kiss your ass. You literally probably inspired me in the most meaningful way, more than most people that I know.
I appreciate
Because of
that.
what you said on stage there, and because of the type of things that you do. And it made me think much bigger. So thank you for that.
No, I appreciate it. Listen, I remember speaking at SolarCon. I met a lot of people there. At the time, I think I only sold it when I was speaking at SolarCon, like 3 companies. So I sold 2 this year.
Oh, that's it?
No, but like, but like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that arrogantly. I'm saying that like sincerely. But at that time, to me, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
I mean, it is. Yeah. But you're the biggest thing, I think, where SolarCon is, it was 3 years ago, probably about 7 years ago. I think I told my story, like, I started changing so it was only 3 years in, where I was like changing my life around of being a better husband, being a better father, just trying to be a better man. Not even, SolarCon was somewhat about business, but it was more about like what you do. Like, it was like, you will fuck around and find out if you aren't doing the right things behind people's back. And what's done in the dark comes out in the light. I tell people that all the time.
Yep.
Like, and most people, I don't think understand
I
that.
preach to death every day, even to my own clients. I preach to death. I'm like, I don't give a shit about the money. I'm not counting the pennies. I could care less how much you spend with me. I'm here to develop a relationship with you. I treat every relationship as seriously as I do a marriage, because I don't want to waste time with meaningless relationships. So I tell everybody this. I treat every relationship like I do a marriage. I wouldn't even get into this if I didn't see it lasting as long as a marriage should. And if the relationship happens appropriately, money will always follow.
100%.
In both directions. And that's how I make that clear to them, in both directions. I'm not just caring about me making money. I only make money when you make money, so I care about you making money first. When you start making money, I know I'll make money. So build the relationship first, and money will flow in volumes in both directions.
I call it the double W's. So win-win, right? And people don't realize in business, if you just win and the other person doesn't win, business is going to end real fast.
Okay.
That's just a fact.
Can I tell you a funny little side story?
Yeah.
Okay. So I come from a family of Russian Jewish immigrants. Okay. So the notion, I knew I wanted to become an entrepreneur was in my early 20s. Like, the day I graduated college was the day I realized I was never going to be able to work for someone. I needed to have my own thing. I didn't know what that was at the time. My brain wasn't developed enough yet. I knew I needed my own thing, because it was sort of in my lifeblood, right? Like, as a Russian Jewish immigrant, like, everyone around me had their own business, but not because they had these like extravagant goals of, grand exits, right? That wasn't on the menu. It's because no one would fucking hire them, because they didn't speak the language.
No one would hire them, but this is a big Russian Jewish community. My ex-partner, Sam, who I consider one of the best men in the world, I said on every podcast, best partner you could ever ask for in your lifetime. He's Russian Jew.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends are Russian Jews.
Yep.
And I say this, you guys are the only people that work harder than you guys or Guatemalans, El Salvador people, like, but they don't make the money you guys make. Russian Jews are the biggest hustler group out there. And you're right. They're not, I mean, it's really the ascetic Jews that are like the PE guys, but most Russian Jews, like you're saying, were fucking tortured. They're still like, I see how people treat Jewish people today.
Yep.
I'm like, this is lunacy.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, it's lunacy to me.
Yep.
Like, but yeah, I will give you credit. Like, yeah, Russian Jews didn't become entrepreneurs because they wanted to. They had no choice.
Well, they had no choice, right? They just wouldn't get hired, right? You know, my dad showed up with a master's degree in electrical engineering.
And they probably made a maintenance man.
He was worthless. It was completely worthless to him, right? He barely spoke the language, so it was completely...
I didn't say it to be rude. They probably, that's just how they treat.
No. So it was completely worthless, as you can imagine. And so, you know, he got here and he didn't have a choice, right? And that's the standard story of the Russian, of any immigrant story, really. Not just, it's not unique to Russian Jews, but to immigrants, right? And so, you know, that's what I saw, right? So like the notion of starting your own business, it was just in my life because it's just what you did. Right, it wasn't because it was some grand exit in mind. No one even knew what the term private equity was. Right, it was exit. It means find the door. Right, that's what exit meant. Right, I didn't know what the word exit meant at the time. And so, you know, this comes full circle because you know you mentioned about it has to be a win-win.
Has to be.
And my dad proved to me, bless his soul, he proved to me what it meant to unfortunately not have a win-win because I got to see it firsthand. My dad, bless his soul. He was the funniest dude. I mean, he would negotiate. I used to joke around because you can imagine, right? Old school Russian Jews like that would negotiate like just violently, right? It was just over the top, right? And I would always joke around like my dad would be the kind of guy who would walk up to like a Coke machine and be like, "I'll give you 20 cents." You know, he would negotiate with a goddamn machine. Like that's how ruthless he was. And I remember just sitting next to him when I was a little kid watching his negotiation tactics, being like cringe, right? Embarrassed, standing next to him. Because it was so over the top and so aggressive. And so I was like, and I didn't learn this until much later, but exactly what you just said, I was like, I never got to witness the win and the win. It was always a one-sided transaction. It was always my dad winning, no one else did. And that's the part that I realized. I didn't understand why I felt embarrassed. And now I understand why I'm embarrassed because there was only one side. It was only a one-sided transaction. Now I've learned from, I've never been that way, but now I realize there's only success when both parties win. The only way. And I'm proud. I'm excited when I show them, here's how you're going to win. And I show people how I win. I show them exactly where I'm going to win.
You can't scale a business where both sides don't win. It's short-lived.
Yep.
You can take a sucker one time, maybe twice.
Right.
But you won't take a sucker 3 times.
No.
You just won't.
No.
It's just, and if you can keep taking someone over and over again, they probably don't have the money to pay you.
Well, you're never going to create a relationship with sophisticated individuals. No.
And the thing is, this is, you know, people ask me all the time, like when I partner, I say all the time, if we don't both win, we're never doing this again. Like, why? I mean, people beg me to partner and I don't do it. We probably go through, now it's probably when I have every 500, it used to probably be less. Like that's probably 500 where we just don't even part. Like people like, guy tried pitching me today from fucking Costa Rica, right? Like I'm like, why would he's like, I'll give you 20% of my company. Why would I take 20% of your company when I'm the guy with the know-how, the operations, but you don't have to put no money up. Yeah, well, I still want my half. My team's going to be deploying and winning this thing. You're not.
There's a major disparity between efforts.
He's like, right? Well, he said, I came up with the idea. I said, dude, everyone has a fucking idea.
Everyone has an idea. Yeah. Oh
execute on it, right?
Everyone's got an idea. Jesus.
But it has to be a win. And so for me, I know what my win is. But then I always ask people, I ask every one of my partners before I partner with them, what is the size check that's going to make you happy? And if it's realistic, if the guy goes to me, I want 50 million or 100 million, I know you're not my partner. Because I don't grow companies that size. The whole check might be 50 million, but we got to divide it up, right? Like it's just that simple. So, but if someone says to me, hey, Lance, I want to leave with 5 million, 10 million, 15, 20 million. Okay, now we're going to sit down and have a conversation and talk, right? Now we can proceed and then go from, do we have the core values? Because money is only a byproduct of, do I align with your core values? Do I align with who you are? Do I like being in a room with you? I don't have to like being in a room with you to win. I just got to know.
It makes it a lot easier, though.
It does make it
sure
easier.
It's better when I can.
Well, I'd rather not like you and have you move the needle than like you and not have you move the needle.
I get it, but business is hard enough. It's hard enough under the best of circumstances, right? You know that better than anyone.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard enough under the best of circumstances, let alone trying to pull your hair out because of the guy you're sitting across with. You can't stand him. That doesn't help, right? Well, it's a hell of a lot easier when I can call you as a friend and be like, hey, do you want to go have a cocktail with me? We can talk this thing through. It's a hell of a lot better than...
There's only a few people in my life I don't hate anyone because I don't believe in wasted energy. Even people that have stole $3 million from me, people that have stole money from me, people that have tarnished my name. I don't hate any of them. Like, I'm not going to waste my energy. Yeah. I think you're just a crud of a person, and I won't give you any time, right? You are right. It's hard to do business with people you don't like, but I've been able to almost find the good in anyone because I do believe most people are good. So, like, someone will say to me, he's smug or she's smug. And I'll say, so what? And they're like, well, doesn't that irk you? No, I'm not smug, but it doesn't irk me either because maybe they're smug for a reason. Maybe they got told that's how they're supposed to act. Maybe they don't even know they're fucking smug. Maybe they don't know that they think they're better than other people. Like, some people aren't even self-aware of who they are.
I do think most people are inherently good until you give them a reason not to be. So don't give them a reason not to be.
Correct. Here's a question for you. So Scalify here, right? It's a growing business. You have about 60 clients on it now. Tell me what you do exactly, because the listeners are saying, okay, well, how does it? We know you work with roofers, HVAC, and solar companies.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're helping them get leads, appointments like that.
Yeah.
So you have a marketing machine because that has to be a piece of it. Because whenever I don't care if you're manually, however you're getting those leads, it's part of marketing, in my opinion, right? Mm-hmm. So tell me how it works and what you're doing, and tell me a few success stories.
It couldn't be any easier, honestly. It's not a complicated thing. I think a lot of people just overlook it because they don't realize how well it works. And that's part one. They don't realize how well it works. And part two, the whole concept of what's old is new again. Right, like now, TV, radio, and traditional advertising is actually starting to work again because everyone's ignored it for the past, 15 years. Everyone has gone so knee deep into digital marketing that now some of that old shit actually is now relevant again because no one's using it, right? So
I think they lowered their prices now to make it, and it's got more localized. I think they had to adapt, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's that, but like people just left the
internet's
space.
So expensive.
Well, people left the space, so it's just not crowded anymore. So now if you're a roofer, for example, and you wanted to send out mailers, that's an okay thing to do because people are actually not getting 1,000 other mailers just like it anymore. Right? They used to, but now they don't. So the space has become a little bit more abandoned.
Everything comes back. What's the jeans that the girls are wearing now? My wife's telling me. It used to be like, used to be high-waisted. Now they're high-waisted. Yeah. And my wife is telling me, I'm like, how do you even know this shit? But like once it's in, comes back again.
That's right, and it always does. Sometimes, yeah. And so that's it. And so that's why I think a lot of people don't think about it because oh yeah, I guess I never even realized that it was a thing that actually did work and still does work. And because the thing is this,
but you don't do mailers. You actually build call centers.
No, I build calls. Yeah, we build outbound. Yeah, you asked a question I didn't answer. What we do is we build outbound telemarketing call centers, right? Plain and simple, right?
Inside the location or inside your location?
Virtual. People work from home. Yeah, everyone works from home. I want to make this thing super affordable for people, so everyone works from home. You don't need to go rent some office space. No, you can if you want, but no, everyone works from home.
So tell me the process. I call you up.
Yeah, you call me. We get on a quick call together. I ask a few questions about your business. I do literally want to make sure it works for you because I don't want to take your money if it's not going to work for you. It doesn't work for everybody. I think a buddy of mine owns a really high-end kitchen remodeling company. They only do homes, not exactly like in Aspen and Vale, and his average kitchen remodel is like $1 million for a kitchen.
Yeah,
this isn't going to work for you. I can't cold call multi-million.
But it only take one job to pay for his whole life.
Number one, those people don't answer the phone. Number two, they don't answer the phone. And number three, they're unlikely to ever book a cold call, right? So it's just not the target audience, right? And so there's my point, right? Not every business, but most, yes. Roofers, HVAC, real estate agents, realtors, real estate investors, mortgage, insurance, right? All these guys, those are great candidates. And so, no, very simple. We hire, we train, we find call center agents to work for them. These are people that are generally in Latin America, for the most part, Mexico. That's really kind of our sweet spot. So these are people that speak perfectly fluent English, 10 out of 10 fluency with English. If they do have an accent,
Spanish also. I'm assuming.
They all speak Spanish. Yeah. If they do have an accent, it's super minor. Out of 10.
Speaking of voices, anyone ever tell you you love your voice? You got that radio voice. You got hello.
I've heard that once before.
I'm Peter Roth, and I'm here with you tonight for your love jam. That voice, boy. I'm like this guy, right?
I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to start doing that.
Right?
I'm gonna have to start doing that.
All right. So
okay.
Now you hire these remote employees.
Yeah.
Are you using I'm on Service Titan. All my companies are Service Titan.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are familiar with Service Titan, Acculinks, Job Nimbus, right? Like these are the main House Call Pro.
House Call Pro. Yep.
These are the four main CRMs that people are using, right?
Yep.
So are you using their database to make the appointments, or using a third-party database?
Almost never. We certainly let me rephrase that. Rarely do we do that, but that's not the growth engine. The growth engine is from cold calling. The growth engine is from, if you're here in the Philadelphia suburbs, we're going to call all the neighbors, right? In a 10, 20, 30-mile radius, whatever is your service
from the jobs I'm doing that day, or just overall for where my location is?
No, we're going to target your entire neighbor, whatever your service area is, of course. We're going to target that, and we're going to cold call.
Because you're from Denver. Let's just say I used to have an office in Denver where I was the AT&T, where the free bus mail, the free ride buses for the mall down there, downtown Denver.
Yes.
Let's say my office is there, right?
Yeah.
How far? And I do a 30-mile radius.
Sure.
Are you using my database or using some third-party database to start calling?
All our own. So we do the data acquisition.
I'm just trying to make sure I understand it fully.
Well, the real answer is we could do both, right? I'll do whatever you want. If you have a great, internal pipeline of past clients or people that just
let's just say I have an 8,000-man database. Is that a pretty good database?
No.
No?
No, we'll blast through that in
a
week.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, we'll blast through that real fast. Yeah. Okay. No, we're going through really, really high volume. Really, really high volume. Hundreds of thousands of records generally in a month. So yeah. So
you're using auto dialers, and once they connect, then boom.
Yeah. So we're using pretty powerful 20-line predictive dialers that are calling 20 lines at once, and each one of these agents is generally blasting out a few thousand calls.
And then you connect them right to a live operator when someone talks.
Yeah, no, so there's a couple different ways that can be done. So I think, like in the roofing space, right, for example, let's talk to roofers here. So most roofers want it in one of two ways. It depends on sort of how big their operation is, right? So if we're talking a smaller roofer, they probably just want us to book appointments for them.
When you say small roofer, give revenue size so people know what a small roofer is.
I don't talk revenue size. I talk number of sales reps. So I'm talking anywhere from 1 to 5 sales reps.
1 to 5 sales reps.
Your definition is probably very different.
Yeah, so I can tell you what 1 to 5 sales reps are doing. That's going to be someone doing between 3 and 5 million.
Yeah.
6 million max. Okay, so let's just say
that would be like a really, really small, and there's some challenges there for sure, which we kind of mentioned earlier. There's some challenges there.
And then mid-size would be 5 to 10?
5 to 15.
All right, so that person's going to be doing anywhere between 10 and 25 million.
Okay.
Ballpark, yeah. 23.
So, and the general rule of thumb is
your large is anyone above 15 million.
The general rule of thumb is 2 to 1. So 2 call center agents to 1 sales rep. So if you've got 5 sales reps, you probably want a call center with about 10 agents. If you want to keep their calendars pretty full. I'm not talking like, overflowing full, but like pretty full, like, 3 to 5 appointments a day, 3 to 4 appointments a day.
Okay, so we do that. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're qualified appointments, I'm assuming.
What's your definition of qualified?
I'll show up and somebody has a fucking roof problem. That's all I need.
Depends. That depends. So
I mean, they hope I'm not coming with a pizza. That's not qualified.
Well, no. So hang on. So everyone wants something different, right? And we do whatever you want, right? I always make this very clear. It's your call center, right? It's your call center. We can set it up for you however it is that you want. Do you want more volume, slightly lower quality, or do you want or do you want really, really high quality, slightly lower volume? We'll set it up however you want, and everyone has a different cup of tea.
I believe, like, and this is, I would say, it's that any roofer, HVAC company, electrical company out there is, the more granular you get, your conversion rate's probably going to be higher, but it's harder to scale, right? Because you're sifting. If you want to be an order taker, I say this to everyone, I say it all the time, I'm not being rude, and you want to see people smile, go work the counter at Dairy Queen and hand out blizzards. Because when you hand someone a Reese PC blizzard, woo!
It's a win-win every time.
Oh, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Your job, and this is why I consider a lead for anyone. They have a problem with a gutter, a roof, a window, whatever it may be, no matter how small. They call me, they set an appointment. We're setting it in all my companies. It's my sales specialist person's job out there to say, let me give you a full assessment, not just look at the one little problem you have here. Because if this one problem's happening, there's most likely a problem somewhere else too that we could fix while we're here for you, Mr. Customer. It costs you nothing. Is that okay with you, Pete?
Yep.
Peter?
Absolutely. Yep.
Absolutely. So that's what I consider a qualified lead. I'm sorry, I don't agree with this. Like when people are like, oh, it's not a real lead, it's a shed. Okay, well, you're right. It is a shed today, but that leads to me doing the whole roof tomorrow if we do things right. Am I wrong, or am I just totally crazy?
To answer your question, yes, they would all be qualified. That's why I wanted to know what's your definition of a. Some people have a very much more.
Yeah. Well, when I consider not qualified, I show up and they say, "I don't know who you are, what you are.
No,
you're not here,
no,
or did you bring me my pepperoni pizza?"
Yeah, No, that would never be the case. No. So they would all be, by that definition, they would all be qualified.
Yeah,
leads.
and anyone that told you that's not a qualified lead, I would say, show me you're doing 30, 40, 50 million or 100 million without doing it this way.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 1,000%.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Service Titan and Rilla, our technology of choice to helping us scale and grow our business and making sure all of our viewers have the technology to scale their business so when they want to sell it, they're able to.
So that's the main thing, right? So we set up the agents, we train the agents, we source the agents, we get them ready to dial, we set up the dialer for them, we set up the management system for them, the full operations, so that on day number 1, everything is ready to go. Now, they don't have to use us to manage the system. If they want to manage it, if they want to take a stab at managing it, they certainly can. I am a big believer in just giving people options. You do what you want to do.
Well,
right?
why would you
I don't recommend it.
Yeah, why would you want to? I'm just thinking, like, from just a productive standpoint, why would I want to go? If I have people that can manage it, that understand and they're expert, how much is your management fee, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, anywhere from on the low end $2,500 and up from there. So
you can't even get an employee for that. Is that a month or a week?
A month. Very affordable.
You can't even get an employee for that much.
You know why I do it? Because no one has ever said no, first of all, but people love the option. People love to feel under control. And I know full well no one's ever going to say no. It's the same reason why no one in the right mind would ever show up to a house with, a truck full of shingles and be like, now, did you guys want to install this yourself or did you guys want us to do it? Of course, no one's ever going to do that, right? I get that. That's an extreme example. Yeah. But wouldn't it be interesting if you did ask the homeowner that? Wouldn't it be interesting if he's like, all right, guys, so now we agree on the price on that. Did you want us to install it too? Did you guys want to install it? Like, no, we wanted you to do it. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I was just asking because there are some crazy people out there.
I mean, I just don't know who would want to manage, like, for 25, even if you were at $5,000, $60,000 a year. I can't get a manager to run my call center for $60,000 a year that knows what they're doing.
Lance,
you just can't.
We all started somewhere. You did too. I did too. And you had to wear a lot of hats in the beginning that you probably didn't want to wear, but you didn't have a choice. I know, everyone has to start somewhere.
But knowing what I know now, I never wore those fucking hats. I would have said, that's the problem. People were afraid to pull the Band-Aid off. Like, that's what's done at my growth. I was pinching pennies instead of saying, you know what? I'm going to go out here and spend, not take anything.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like, I look back,
I get it, but you can't, I agree with you, right? And I think anyone who's halfway intelligent in the space of business would agree with you, but I also can't spend other people's money. Number one,
they gotta want to do it. They gotta want to win.
Everyone has a different life scenario, right? You may have sick kids who have high medical bills. That's an awful situation. That's a real reality for a lot of people where they don't have that luxury of being able to. But
even if you have 6
they got to bootstrap it.
You can't. But this is the thing. Like, I'm going to tell everybody this. Like, you come with any reason to try and bootstrap it with this, then don't do the call center. Like that's the thing, right? Like,
I agree.
Don't buy a fucking farm unless you're going to hire a full-time maintenance man, right? Like, it's just that simple. There, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things. Don't take a woman out to dinner if you're not going to pay the bill. In my opinion, I know we live in a new loony world, but I'm not taking. I'm married now, obviously, But if I was ever single, there's no woman in the world going to sit across from me and pour a wallet out and pay for dinner.
Did you see Dimitri's post on this?
No.
Very subject. Very subject.
Dimitri's a wild man.
He's a wild man.
I like Dimitri.
He literally just posted on this today. I think today. He said, he agrees with you. He said the same thing. He's like, it's insane to me that someone would allow a woman to pay for their dinner.
I got to watch what I say. Listen, I'm going to watch what I say because I'm going to get a lot of hate messages for this, but, we've lost our mind in America of loony. It's like watching Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner. It's like it's become a loony show. But these guys, I guess, these guys out here that will let a girl pay, and I'm like, dude, like, it'd be over my dead body. But it's a different world we live in. That's not my problem. But I not see Dimitri's post. I love Dimitri. It's funny we're talking about Dimitri. Yeah, I say Dimitri all the time. He'll be next week. I'm like, Dimitri, don't post on social media. I could take. I know he loves the social media. If I could just take his social. If I could just break his fingers and say, don't ever post on social media again. He'd be a billionaire.
Yeah,
he'd be a billionaire. Yeah, I mean, because he has such a big heart, and I don't think people realize how good of a man he. Like people are like, why are you friends with Dimitri, Lance? You guys have totally two different personalities. I'm like, which we do. I'm like, because I know him from a different vantage point. I don't pick my friends based on your optics of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, He's a good man. He's a great father.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know if you ever got to spend time with him, but
I'm flying out to shoot with him in 2 weeks.
he's a great father. He's one of
Yeah.
the best fathers you'll ever meet.
Mhm.
Everything's around his family. So, like, if you're a great father, it's gonna be very hard for me not to get along with you, in my
Yes,
opinion.
sir. I agree. Yep.
But yeah, he's a little wild with some of his posts. It's scam alerts, and what's the other one? Fraud alert.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Every time he pops up in my feed,
It's something controversial.
always controversial.
Yeah,
And I'm like, come on.
Well, he knows the algorithms.
Huh?
Dimitri, smart guy. He knows the algorithms.
He does.
He knows what sells, and controversy drives engagement, right?
I
He
mean,
knows it. I just don't I just don't have the time or the patience to get into online fights, so I wouldn't do it for that reason. Because you gotta, if you're gonna start a fight like that, you kind of got to finish it, and that could take up a whole week. When it's any one of these online fights, and I just don't have the patience for that.
I wouldn't. You could call me whatever the fuck you want online. I wouldn't even respond. One of our people responded to Stuman. Stuman wrote something about our conference, and I like Ryan Stuman. I don't have a bad word to say about him, but he wrote something about our conference, and I just shot him a text personally. Like, Ryan, I'm like, why would you take a shot at me? I've done nothing but good to you.
He's not that kind of guy either. That's weird.
Well, him and Victor don't get along.
Oh, I see.
So I'm friends with Victor Rancourt. Victor Rancourt's never done nothing to me bad, right? So him
Same.
and Victor hate each other. And I'm like, why am I put into the middle of this? But one of our employees here, one of my leaders, posted and called him out on social media. I texted right away. I said, take it down. I was like, I'm not gonna ever say a bad word about Stuman. If that's how he feels, he can't ever tell anyone he's ever done business with me. He can't ever say he's done anything with me. Like he, unless he wants to lie, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think he's gonna do that. I think that's stupidity. But I don't think you get anything of it. I think the circus clowns get something from it. I don't think anybody gets anything positive.
It drives engagement. That's it. Like I said, it's not my style either. I don't mess around with it. But
let's talk about your HVAC company here. You sold that to private equity. How long ago was that?
It wasn't too private. It was to a private equity backed
a search fund.
It was a strategic buyer, part of a roll up, which I found out afterwards, part of a roll up, and so we got acquired through them.
How was that process? Hard?
No, it wasn't all that bad. My partner did a lot of it. I was.
Well, that's why it wasn't that bad. This guy. Yeah.
Well,
how was it? Well, I didn't do shit. So it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I asked your partner that question.
Yeah. He would probably have a different story.
There
for
you go.
Yeah. He'd probably.
Because you seem like you're a pretty calm cat. I'm assuming you smoke the weed here and there.
No,
relax?
not at all.
No?
I can't. No.
But there's so much weed in Denver, you might just get high.
Probably
just
living. Yeah. Just being there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because you seem like you're very laid back.
I am.
I don't want to see you ever being stressed out.
Very. Yeah, it's to the point where it's almost detrimental because nothing riles me. You got to really poke. She was what's her name?
Jolisa. She's the best. Though.
Yeah, she was great. She's like, did I offend you when I said that thing? I was like, I already forgot the thing you're even talking about. I'm like, so clearly
I don't
no.
See you being offended.
I'm like, you're gonna have to work really hard if you're gonna want to offend me. And even then, I was like, anywhere near not the other.
So you sold your HVAC company. Did you guys roll up into the platform or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you took you what, probably 4 or 5 months, 6 months?
Yeah, a little under 6. Yeah.
Your partner was stressed out. You weren't stressed out, clearly.
Yeah.
Was your partner stressed out to get to the
No, I don't think so, because he had already had a lot of experience kind of working with M&A advisors and M&A attorneys, so it wasn't that big of a deal, and I just kind of was along for the ride, so I got to sort of enjoy the process and learn it without having to, go through the stress of it all. So
as you're building Scalify here, are people asking you to help coach them run their businesses? Are people asking you, or not really? Is it just is your eye just on Scalify, growing that, and are you going to sell that? Or are you going to keep it?
It's funny. So the two very important questions. Do they ask me how to help improve their business? The answer is, well, it depends. The smaller ones, yes. And it's not because I don't know that they're necessarily asking me, but I see God. I just see worlds of opportunities for these smaller guys. Particularly in the HVAC space, you know the HVAC business well enough now to know that there's, the lifetime value of an HVAC customer is huge.
Oh my God.
And there's so many things that you can sell them, unlike roofing's a little tough, solar's really tough, but HVAC, there's just so many things you can sell a person. No bullshit, like the stuff they need, stuff they could absolutely legitimately use, like, legitimate stuff. And so I see these, younger guys with these smaller companies, who are looking at me to really help, take them to another level. And I enjoy doing it. I love giving them these kind of eye-opening things that can really help them expand their business. So I enjoy it and I love it. And I feel like it's just another thing that I can help, give them and help them grow. But man, these companies need some help. I actually want to talk with Victor and put something together with him where, I can kind of just hand him off to him because I'm like, here's your guy. He knows this even better than I do.
He knows HVAC very well.
He's your guy that he can help you grow, and I will help blow your company up. I'll fill up your calendar faster than you'll know what to do with it. But you need to be able to convert these because, like I was just telling you, I think when we were off camera, I got 2 new clients now. They're both smaller HVAC one's an HVAC, one's roofing, and both HVAC companies, and both of them are, how do I put they're pissing away the opportunity. We're filling up their calendars left and right. This is not bullshit. They're literally telling us to pause because they can't handle the volume. That sounds really corny, but it's literally true.
They should be hiring recruiters to get salespeople through the door.
I know. And it pains. I'm literally like sweating and in pain because I'm like, I want these guys to do well. And it's like, I can take a horse. Peter, you can lead a horse to water, but it's like.
Tell them to call me because if somebody ever called me up and said, Lance, if Bill ever called me up, or any of our marketing people, I said, Lance, we got to turn the fucking leads off because our salespeople have too many leads. I'd walk right into my HR person.
Heads would be rolling.
Oh,
I'm assuming heads would be rolling.
It'd be, you're terminated. Like I have no time. Like we are here to build and scale a business. Like leads should be your biggest problem. I talk about that all the time. Leads should be your biggest problem. Leads should be your biggest problem. That should be your biggest hurdle every month. How do I feed the machine?
Well, the funny thing is, and I'm not saying this to sound cocky, but like that's literally the thing that we do. Like that's literally the thing that I can check that box off for these guys. Like, of course, everyone wants leads, right? If you asked 100 business owners, you need more leads, 100 fucking hands would go up in the air, right? We all know that. And that's the thing that we do best, right? So like when I'm talking, when I'm going through an interview with a potential client, I'm telling them like, you do realize like we're going to build you your own lead gen company. You're going to own a lead gen company now. You can actually sell this company later if you wanted to. Like that's a legitimate thing. We're going to build a lead gen company that you own free and clear. And this thing is going to generate more than you'll probably know what to do with. So you're going to have this powerful thing in your hand. So like, what every business owner, the one biggest stress you'll have of wondering where are you going to get your leads, that's no longer going to be a stress for you. However, you better know what to do with these things because we're going to fill up your calendar. And if you're pissing them away, I can't help you with that.
Are your people using tools like Rilla to record them so you can listen to the calls?
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Jesus
are you kidding
Lord.
me? No, man. That's what these are the things that frustrate me. Do you ask how many of my clients don't even have a CRM? Oh, I'm not making you cry, aren't I, right now?
Yeah.
Didn't I just make you squirm a little bit in your chair? Yeah.
Listen, there's certain things like, we're going through a partnership right now with a guy. I can't say who until it's signed done. And, he's going on Service Titan. He knows that. He's going on Rilla. He knows. Like, it's just certain. Listen, it's kind of like this, man. Like, if you want to look good, you got to eat right. You got to go to the gym. You got to take care of yourself. It's like, you don't want to eat good. No one wants to eat good. I don't want to eat good. No. Like, my wife literally smacks the fork out of my fucking hand every night at dinner. Bang! Put the meal down. Put this down, right? She put, because she knows I would eat pasta every night. So right? So that's a struggle. The gym, right? I don't want to go to the gym every morning. No. So I put the gym in my house, right? Now there's no excuse. And guess what happens when I get out of bed? My wife says, get your ass in that gym, no matter what, for a half hour to an hour, right? So, like, you have to do it. You need to get on a CRM, and people will tell you all the reasons why. And listen, people think I own Service Titan because you're so pro Service Titan. I'm pro Service Titan because of what's done for me in my professional career. So, but I don't care if you get on House Call Pro. I don't care if you get on Job Nimbus. I don't care if you get on AccuLinks. These are all better than pen and paper. I think you'd agree to that.
Yep.
Right? These are all better. And people can debate Service Titan, Job Nimbus, AccuLinks. Okay, go debate them. But guess what? You ain't on one of them. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Exit Rich podcast, the podcast that will be live from the Roofing Process Conference. Tickets went fast last year, and they are already on pace to sell out. Get your tickets before it's too late. And how's that? That must be a real struggle for you, because how do you fill their calendars without a CRM? How are they dispatching to the job? How are they tracking their metrics?
Lance, I'm not making this shit up. I had this conversation for about an hour and a half with another client this morning. This morning, I was literally on a Zoom with a client being like, buddy, we got to figure something out for you because, you know, I'll do what you paid us to do, right? We're going to build this machinery for you, but I can promise you your head's going to be spinning here in about less than 30 days. You'll be fine for about 2 weeks. You'll be fine. And you think everything's okay. This shit's going to start stacking up real fast. Your head's going to start spinning in about 3 to 4 weeks. And then you're really going to be kicking yourself that you didn't have this in play. For what? Because of something that's going to cost you a couple $100 a month. That's the thing you're going to get. You're spending you're spending thousands of dollars with me to build out a call center, but a couple $100 a month is where you're choosing to kind of hold back. Like,
yeah, it's like buying a steak, but you won't buy the sauce with the steak.
And if you're watching this podcast right now, I do love you. Okay.
Oh, listen, it's not personal. It's business. Yeah. This is the problem why most people fail in business. They make it emotional. They don't make it logical. Yeah. If you just make business logical, you won't fail ever.
It'd be pretty simple. It'd be pretty, there'd be this nice little pattern, right? You can just follow simple.
Since I truly started shifting and I take all the personal out, and like people might hate me when I end the partnership. People might hate me when I sell the business, like, or people might hate me when I lay people off, or people might hate. I'm like, it's not personal. It's logical. It's like it's so mathematical that if it was the other way around, I sat with the guy yesterday, right? And I said, listen, when we did this deal, this is what it looked like. Now that we're into the deal, and I'll just be very transparent with you, I make about, I'm just using the number, $500,000 off this deal I make, right? Mm-hmm. But I pay back out about $300,000 off this deal to the same situation. Mm-hmm. I'm like, so I'm really making $200,000 off my investment. That puts me at about 2%. I'm like, this deal just can't happen anymore.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you should have saw his face. But it's worth this, and it's worth all the justification. But as soon as it was flipped around to it's just pure mathematics, I just said, would you do this mathematical deal long term?
Yeah.
Like, I know we had to build it out. So the investment's the investment. Mm-hmm. But would you do this mathematical term if it was you? Because if you will, I'm in. And what do you think his answer was?
He probably said yes, I would.
No.
Oh, well, I'm betting he said yes.
He said not long term.
Yeah.
Well, because what do you think I would have said to him?
Well, because it depends on everyone's life stage, right? It depends where you're at in your life at that particular moment. Because for some people, a $200,000 return on their investment, even if it's a small percentage, is fantastic, right?
No, it's not.
And they're going to say, yeah. Well, it depends who you're talking to, right? I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it, but some guys will. So that's why I said, I don't know this guy. So that's why I said, I bet he said yes, right?
I look at what is your time worth.
100%.
Like, it's not personal. When people ask me to partner, like, oh my God, but you'll make this amount of money. You don't have to. First of all, when people say you don't have to do anything, that's a lie. I do have to do something because I got to make sure I'm always going to have to take care of the accounting here at my accounting team, as you can see. Anyone that partners with me wants me to handle the marketing. You'd be stupid not to, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, you're going to want me to handle the marketing. Then you're going to want me to handle systems, processes, operational, right? So, really, all you're really doing is handling the sales part of it.
Yeah.
Like,
you're like, I'm not Ryan Reynolds. This isn't Boost Mobile where I'm just shining, showing my pretty face on a commercial. Like, cool, that I'll do. Right? If that's all it took, okay, fine, then we can talk. But yeah. I'm assuming you came to me because I do something well, and it's other than the pretty face,
And that's where I think people don't realize. But let's jump into this here real fast. Married, kids?
Yeah. Married, one kid, daughter, just started college, just went off to CSU, just started her.
What's CSU?
Colorado State University in Fort Collins.
Okay. Yeah. Is that where Deion Sanders is?
The rival.
It's the rival.
Yeah, the big rival. Yeah. Oh, big.
Is Deion big out there?
He's big at Boulder. Yeah, that's his. I don't follow football for shit, so like I wouldn't.
Me either.
You could lie. You could just lie to me.
Is Deion big out there?
Yeah. He just beat bladder cancer. He almost died.
Really?
Yeah, he kept it under wraps, and big draw out there.
He's a big draw? And your daughter goes to the rival?
She goes to the rival.
How's she like college?
She's loving it.
She's loving it.
I'm super proud of her.
So here's a question for you. You got 60 clients on Scalify. Mm-hmm. What are you gonna? How many could you match? Is it you by yourself running Scalify, or do you have a partner?
It's me by my. I'm the only owner, but I've got a really solid team of people.
You have a really solid team?
Yeah.
And how many clients could you take realistically?
That's a really good question. I was actually just talking with a really good close friend of mine, and he asked me he asked a slightly a different way of asking that same question. He said, what do you think your market potential is currently? And I said, if I had to guess, I was telling you, I didn't thought this through carefully, but if I had to guess 100 mil. He's like, all right. And then we went out to dinner 2 nights ago, and he brought
100 mil. So let's just go 100 mil. You're going to take it.
Yeah, if we did.
But I'm assuming that's a pretty high margin business what you're in.
It's a good margin.
So 30%. So let's just say
if we 50 plus. 50 so if
plus.
we talked,
that's gross profit
because
or net?
I'm net. Because if we talked, net, yeah. Because if we talked, and I tell all this to my clients, by the way. And
but that's not going to be 100 million, 50% net. Not
at scale.
So let's just say you're at 30. It's 30 million EBITDA.
Sure. Yep.
That's going to get you 20x. That's literally, what's 30 million times 20? Got a calculator real fast?
600.
$600 million you could exit for, right? Just like that.
Yep.
Bang.
Yeah.
How long will it take you to get to 100?
So I would have to break it down by industry. So roofing and HVAC. Don't think I'm going to count solar. Roofing, HVAC.
I'm not a solar fan, but that's a whole other conversation.
Join the club, buddy. Real estate agents, real estate investors, insurance, and mortgage. Right. So between those 6 industries, what's 100 mil divided by 6? Whatever that number is. But I think
15 million.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So suddenly it becomes much more attainable, right? Once you break it down across these 6 industries, now you realize, okay, this isn't not that big of a tackle. Now we're starting to talk about oil and gas. We're talking about pipe flippers, because there's a huge industry in the flipping of oil and gas piping. That's a big industry. Now we're also talking about new home builders as well. New home builders can absolutely use this because they have a huge pipeline of potential home buyers that they're constantly pissing away. So these are new industries. There's industries I haven't even considered. There's like the oil and gas thing. Because I don't know shit about it. I never in a million years would have thought about oil and gas until my buddy was like, dude, did you ever think about oil and gas? I'm like, well, why the fuck would I? I'm like, I know nothing about it. And then he starts talking to me. I'm like, well, fuck, there you go. Whole new industry I never thought about. Whole nother massive industry. So, yeah, I mean, you start stacking these things up, and I'm realizing, I'm like, well, yeah, I think we could get to that point way faster than we thought.
I like that. I'm going to be watching the journey. Last question for you, because I know you're busy. I don't want to take too much of your time.
You're good.
I have 2 questions for you.
Shoot.
What's the best things you're seeing these operators do?
You mean industry-wise?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Like HVAC, roofing, plumbing. What do they all have in common? The guys that are doing it successfully, what would you say?
Without question. They have strong follow-up games. Without question. That's number 1, 2, 3.
Follow-up game is strong.
Follow-up is in the fortunes, my friend. Or the
fortunes
are in the follow-up. Jesus, yeah.
What's the biggest letdown you see? Their biggest obstacles, these people?
Oh man. Well, I think I just said it. The people who are unfortunately they're ill prepared to handle the volume that's going to come. That's about to knock them dead in the face. They're just ill prepared. It's a combination of 2 things. It's either that, or the people who haven't done real high-level sophisticated sales training specific to their industry. Really, like we brought up Victor Rancourt, right? So guys like Victor, okay, if you're in HVAC, guys like Victor, right? If you're in roofing, you need your own guys. If you're in solar, you need your guy. There's very, industry specific.
I like John Del Rosa in roofing. I think he's good.
Okay, I don't know him. So now I'm going to get to know him.
He's a consultant for SRS. And
John Della Rosa or Della Rosa?
Yeah, okay. Good guy. He could sell. Good guy, high energy.
Put me in touch with him, please, because I want to be able to pass names like that to my clients, because I see these opportunities where I'm like, we're going to fill up your calendar, but if you don't know how to capitalize on these things, I don't know what to tell you.
I see people with a 5% fucking close rate. I'm like, what's going on here, man? Like you just ask someone to buy shit 5 out of 100 and they just buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm not being rude. You just show up and just say, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, just be a nice guy.
It's who I am. I'm a nice guy. I'd love to do your roof. I'm excited. Here's the proposal. Would you like to move forward? Like, I guarantee you 5 out of 100 would say yes.
Just the odds of numbers,
Like just 5, like I mean, Jesus Christ, like 5, like
just be nice. Yeah, if you're just a nice enough guy, someone's gonna say yes.
Like I've been doing sales my whole life, and most people don't know that. People are like, "Oh no, Lance, you're a businessman." No, I grew up carrying a bag. And I would sell. I'm not saying everyone, but I would sell at least 50% of the people I met by just being nice.
Yeah,
like I knew my product a little bit. I was nice, and I would just ask for the order. Like I'm like, okay, are you ready to move forward? Let's get this going. Mm-hmm. And I would just start moving forward. Like and they say no, and that's okay. But like, I don't understand the sales side of things. So it's amazing.
Those are my 2 things. People who are just ill prepared for how to handle, they don't know how to do the follow-up thing, whether it's through a CRM or other, avenues. They just don't have a good follow-up game. And on top of that, people who have a very bland or one-sided, what's the word I'm looking for here? they don't have a sophisticated sales process. In other words, like, you know, like if you're an HVAC and you think that the only thing you can sell them is another AC, that's bad. Like you need to be able to sell a lot more than just that.
100%.
And you're in a business where, God bless you, you can sell a lot of different things to someone. And
And
if you're not taking advantage of that, I don't know what to tell you. But like, because there's guys who make a killing in businesses where they don't have that fortune, like solar, where they get to sell one thing, that's it, panels, and that's it, and it's a one and done deal. The lifetime value of a solar client is one, right? So it's like, and I know plenty of guys who are making 7 figures just selling door to door. So it's like, if they can do that, and here you are in a line of business where you've got multiple things that you can sell to the same person year after year, month after month, and you're not reaching out to find out who those sales gurus are in your industry who can help you learn all these sales tactics, that's a big problem. You know, so like if I'm talking to, you know, HVAC, for example, and I bring up Victor's name and they don't even know who he is, I'm like, that's a problem. You need to know.
In the HVAC world, you should know who Victor is.
You need to know who your sales gurus are in your business. And I mean guru in the good way in this case.
Absolutely.
But like, you need to know who your sales leaders, whatever, right? Who your sales influencers are in your business, because they're holding the key to your success, and they're probably not charging that much to teach it to you. Drop a few $1,000 and go learn it.
Drop a few $1,000.
That's it. I mean, whatever.
But people don't want to spend the money, invest themselves, and people ask me, why do I still have a coach? Why do I still go to other coaching groups? And why do I go to things? I'm like, because I'm a constant student. Even though I do have a coaching group and masterminds, like, guys, like, you should be a constant student of anything.
Yep.
And just most people just aren't willing to invest.
I would say this. If you had, and I'm making up a number here, if you have $20,000 to spend and you're an HVAC, give me 10 and go give Victor the other 10. You're welcome, Victor. Go give Victor the other 10. That's it. You've just now blown your business up more than you'll ever know what to do with.
100%.
The two of us will transform your entire business into something that you won't even know what to do with.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Get a picture.
Yeah, let's get our picture.
Oh, if people want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you, Pete? Peter.
Scalify.com. Easy.
Go to scalify.com. That's
super easy.
SCALIFY, in case people can't spell Scalify.
Oh, I'm sorry. I screwed up my own domain name. Scalifyco.com. Jesus, I should probably.
This guy.
Don't ever hire me to promote my own company. Jesus. Scalifyco.com.
Here, let's get a picture.
All right.